Okay. Hello. Oh my goodness. I hope this is working. All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Jun the Groomer. I hope this is working. I don't know what happened. Like it was saying that I wasn't authorized to start this call, and like, oh my goodness, all of these things. But anyways, let me just tell you about my day yesterday. Oh man. So yesterday I do a Moyen poodle. So I did a poodle named Leo, and this is a really good client of mine. You know, I love her, but anyways, it just took me a lot longer than expected, and the reason why is because I'm going to do a screen share real quick. Is because I do a lot of brushing before I like combing. Really, the combing is really what takes time. But I present to everyone. Perfect. So I see that leg there, the dog's left leg. It's the right one to our right. But that one has been combed and brushed and combed out. The other one hasn't. And you can see like all the dreaded dead hair and everything. So I combed that out before I actually bathed. And she was telling me that he smells like a kennel because he goes to the daycare and he comes back smelling like urine. Like when you pick your dog up from boarding, that kennel smell. So that's the reason why, is because that dead hair. And so once you comb it out and you wash them, then you don't have that problem anymore, because it's like gym socks. You can wash gym socks all you want, but as soon as you start sweating in it, it's gonna smell again. Oh, Alan Powell. Hey Alan, what's up, man? Alan, I gotta admit, I don't really have time. I kind of get on Facebook here or there. But a lot of your comments, Alan, I want to laugh, but you're too witty for me, I guess. Some of them I don't get. Anyways, but I love you, Alan. Joanne Anise. Hi, Joanne. How are you? Alan Powell. Moment of silence for Harambe. Yeah, of course, Harambe. But I like to stay in my lane, Alan. And we're talking about grooming right now, not gorillas. So, well, I guess, I'm a gorilla like grooming. Lorraine V, hello, can't see you. Oh, hello, I hope you can see me now. Alan Powell, I can see and hear fine. Okay, perfect, nice photo, perfect. Lorraine V, no, I can see, okay, perfect. All right, everything's good. So, this obviously takes me more time than I expected. So I got behind, but finally got, and he's on my Facebook page. If you see this beautiful, like a modified Bichon cut almost on a little poodle, like a Moyen poodle. And they're like 40-pound, like mid-sized poodles. Anyways, I get them nice and fluffed, and I'm just like trying to get it all done. And then finally I get them in my car, and I forgot about chocolate chip cookies that I left in the passenger seat, and it got warm and melted on the seat. So this white poodle jumps up in the car. Oh my God! It gets melted chocolate, from the chocolate chip cookies all over him. Oh, and I'm trying to help. But by me helping, it got on my arms, and it got on his head, it got on his back, and he's jumping around. I'm like, buddy, get in the bag, So he gets in the back, and I'm like, I don't even have a trash bag, so I'm like, putting it all in like my middle compartment, and just closing it, and got a extra towel, and like clean. It was crazy. So then I started spraying some like the Crown Royal, the grooming spray. And just kind of brushing it all out, using the towel to kind of like rub it off. But the cool thing is, I texted, I explained to the daughter when I dropped him off what happened. She was cracking up, and I think I freaked out. It was probably more a big deal to me than it was to them. But I texted her today to set up the next appointment, and she was saying that she doesn't see any chocolate stains. So that's the point, like, because in theory, and actually in reality too, like when the hair is live and has oils in it and it's sealed up, when it dries, it literally repels off stains, even chocolate stains, mud, all that stuff. My dog Angel, I told this story several times, dropped in a lake, a frozen lake. She went on the ice, dropped in, and she was black. But by the time we were done with the walk, she was white again. She was dry and white because live hairs repel off moisture and dust and debris. So anyways, and then after that, I'm freaking out. I'm running late, and then my next dog is Harley. And I don't know if you guys know Harley. He's the aggressive Yorkie that's on my YouTube channel. So I'm doing house calls for Harley now. He's not gotten any better. He's still, you know. And I really think that yesterday we found out, you know, I think it's because he's so uncomfortable from all, like, it's welts almost. Oh, um, where did I put it? Oh, I probably should have. I'll ask my wife for it. Oh, there it is. Okay. But I'll just read it later. This is everything. I need to be more organized. But anyways, what happens is the pores get clogged up and backed up so much that once they get blocked up, it starts to get infected. And then it starts to, you know, turn into like welts almost all over the skin, little bumps. And I think it's because he's so uncomfortable. He's like, you know, because if I touch him with the brush and I brush Harley, he's fine. But if I touch him, you know, so, but anyways, Triple Lotus. Hi, June. By the way, my gym socks never smell. Well, you know, some people smell more than others. Maybe my gym socks are a little. Storm and Ferrets. I subscribed to your channel literally 2 days. Wow, thank you, Storm and Ferrets. That's awesome. Then welcome to my channel. Not much, but you know. Giselle Land. Hi. Hi, Giselle. How are you? Chrissy M. Hi, June. What clippers do you recommend for a matted Shih Tzu? For a matted Shih Tzu, rather than clippers, I would recommend a matte rake or a matte splitter, along with a slicker brush and a comb, in about 8 hours. But you can break it up, of course. If it's your dog, you know, and it's not my dog, I don't, you know, I'm not, I mean, it's not like my customer's dog and I got to get it done one day, then that's like 8 hours of work, you know, but you can always break it up and maybe, you know, take like every other day or, you know, every day spend 20, 30 minutes, you know, just kind of breaking up each section, do it section by section, like leg by leg. But I would recommend dematting first. Or if you're gonna just clip, it really doesn't matter. You can go with like a 7. I prefer a 7, but sometimes when the mats are really tight to the skin, you got to go with a 10. Otherwise, you're gonna clip that skin. So, what was the name? Chrissy M. I would recommend, well, clippers. I use Andes clippers. The blade size, I would recommend a 7 and a 10. But if it was me personally and it was my dog, I would try to just like break it up with the slicker brush gently, you know, the dematting rakes, you know, rake it out, things like that. Okay, so what I wanted to do was share a story about Mirabella. So Mirabella is a Great Pyrenees client of mine, and she had, and the thing is, I should have taken a picture before, and I shared this last week, but I have a follow-up picture, so I wanted to show. But you see how that skin is like nasty, you know, and the brown hair, some of them are still there, but I got like most of that brown, just fuzzy, brittle, matted, dead hair out of the in between the paws. So rather than shave it out, because if we just shave it out, we're leaving all that stuff inside the skin, so all the stubble and everything. So by pulling it out, not only are we pulling out the dead hair by the root and pulling it out of the skin, therefore clearing the skin, but with that dead hair comes all this powder and dander that was locked up in those pores. So once I did that, I you know, washed you know, with a shampoo, let it sit for 10 minutes, massage, rinse, and then conditioner, let it rinse for 10 minutes. I mean, let it sit for 10 minutes, you know, comb during the conditioner stage, and then rinse. And then after she was dry, I applied some Zymox ointment on there, the cream, Zymox cream. And then, you know, after another brush out, let it sit for a little bit. And then finally, when I was finished, I put a little bit of a light layer of 100% argan oil, certified organic argan oil. And yeah, to seal it. So just like, I have a pimple right here, actually. You probably can't see it, but it actually kind of hurts. When you touch it, it kind of hurts. So it's easy for us to get stuff like that, and it's easy for that to get infected. If like bacteria or just germs get in there. And I probably shouldn't keep touching it like that. It probably is not going to help anything. But I'm just saying, like, if we did get, let's just say that got infected, then what would we do, right? We would clear it, right? Like somehow, like get it out and then clean it, sterilize it, and then medicate it. Maybe put some like what is that? Salicylic acid and stuff like that. Let's put some medication on there, and then put a Band-Aid on it, right? And seal it so that it's protected and can heal. That's the same idea with the dogs. So after we did that, she actually has a sister, a Basset hound sister that I went and did a house call on. And so I was able to see how her feet were doing. And her mom told me that she has not licked or chewed or done anything with her feet. She looks so comfortable and calm. And that first picture on the left is kind of fuzzy, but on the right, where I zoomed up a little bit more, you can see it was kind of dark. It looks a little bit dark, but the cool thing is her skin is not red at all. It's like normal colored skin. The black dots, that was like the kind of the fungus stuff. Yeah. No, but that's gone. Yeah.
You see over there.
Awesome, Dad, I love you so much. Oh, I'll see you at 4 o'clock. All right, I'll see you at 4 o'clock. Oh, have a great day at piano class.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe I'll come at 4 o'clock, maybe 5 o'clock.
Probably for like a little bit after 4, because you end at 4. You'll probably be back around 4:15. Perfect. Bye, Eva.
Bye. Gotta find Annabelle.
Okay. Cool.
Say bye to you.
Okay. So the visual. Hopefully that helps, but that's kind of what I do. So I don't look at myself as a groomer, like a hairstylist, a dog hairstylist. I mean, I do that too, and I'm, pretty good at it. No, I was kidding. But I'm a hairstylist second. I'm a skincare professional first. So I tell all my clients, I believe that it's my responsibility. Once I'm your groomer and I'm taking payment and you're on a regular schedule now, I believe it's my responsibility to make sure that the dog's skin and coat is in a balanced, healthy state. And I need to do whatever I can to help the dog's skin get to that state if it's not, kind of speed up the healing process however I can. And so, and I tell them, don't feel bad about anything. Don't feel bad about what's going on. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. So, just give it time. It's going to get better, especially dogs with like skin issues, yeast and stuff like that. But yeah, that's, I feel like as dog groomers, Christina Plowski said it best. We're the gatekeepers of the dog skin and coat. So, that's really what we do is we ensure the health of the dog's skin and coat by taking care of the skin properly. And I feel like just like if somebody owns a house, it's their responsibility to take care of the lawn. I hear somebody, doing a weed whacker out there or something, running, doing the landscaping right now across the street. But as a homeowner, it's the owner's responsibility to take care of the lawn. But if they pay somebody to come and do it for them, now it's that person that's taking payment, that professional, the key. Oh. You guys probably know where I'm going with this, but now it's that landscaping company or that person taking payment to take care of the lawn and do it properly because they're the professional. And bye, Annabelle. Bye. I love you. Okay. I'll see you.
You're supposed to be there.
Oh man, I got hat head. I'm just gonna keep my hat on. Okay, so then you can't see my face, my eye. All right, but anyways, I feel like as a dog grooming professional, it's my, it is the dog owner's responsibility to brush on a regular basis and keep their dog's skin and coat healthy. But if they don't have time, they don't really know how to do it right, or whatever, and they pay us, now it's our responsibility. And that's just kind of how I believe, how I see it, and that's my opinion. Let's see here. Let's go through some of these comments. Giselle, okay, Giselle Lan. Hi, Giselle Lan. I think I said that. Okay, Storm and Ferrets. Okay, Storm and Ferrets, who just subscribed 2 days ago. Started watching your channels because I'm going through training as a bather starting tomorrow. Oh my goodness, I remember when I started as a bather. You know, that nervous feeling, excited, nervous feeling, you know, oh, what if I, you know, what if the dog bites me? What how, you know, like, oh man. Enjoy the whole journey. Enjoy the process, really. Because I remember when I started as a bather, I was like, man, I can't wait to be a groomer, you know, I can't wait to start doing that. You know, and I look back, it's like, wow, I kind of miss just washing dogs, you know, those were the good days. But I say enjoy the whole process. Enjoy every step of it, Storm and Ferrets. Steel Texas Gal. Hey there, June, just an FYI, I watched your nail trim video. So informative. And I think that with the Dremel tool is the say to go. Oh, is the way to go. Thank you so much for all your help. Oh my goodness, Steel Texas Gal. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching that. Oh, and you know, some of the information might be outdated. I think the Dremel prices have gone up since I made that video, but you know, let's see. Vera Rami. Vera says, hi, love your channel, your passion. Thank you so much, Vera. I just want to know, how should I clip my BBS bottoms? What blade, what scissors, what's better? So if you're talking about like the aim right around the butt, sometimes, and it's different if it's like a terrier or like fuzzy hair, I'll hand strip right around the butthole. I know that sounds like nasty, but rubber gloves, it helps to grip the hair, but also it helps with the nastiness factor. But lift the tail, and I literally pull the hairs out with my fingers. But sometimes it's not hair that can be pulled out. It's like live hairs, and you know, they just want to trim. So rather than scissors, because you're around sensitive areas, I use the 10 blade with the clippers and just kind of gently skim and try not to touch the skin. And if you're talking about like the hind area where you're trying to, like a Westie, like the wet Westies behind, like the tail goes up and then right there, I usually use scissors and shape that round rump. Yeah, like that round rump. I use scissors to do that. So it kind of depends on what you're talking about with the bottom. Steel Texas Gal, yikes. Not say the way to go. Yeah, I kind of got that. It happens with my phone all the time when I'm doing like just like swiping or autocorrect. Christine Paradise. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Christine. I remember your name because I remember Paradise. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Do I have any? Okay. Welcome back to another episode of Ask Jun the Groomer live. This is no, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Chrissy M. I was gonna order the Andes clippers too. LOL. I should have just did it. But I'm gonna try these steps you mentioned. Thanks so much. I literally watch your videos over and over trying to learn something. Wow, that's amazing, Chrissy. I'm so glad that you actually watched my videos and you know that you find it helpful. That's amazing. You know, and I don't know if you noticed, Chrissy, but like the videos, they could use, you know, I feel like when I watch them, I'm just like, oh, you know, it could be better. You know, like I start losing interest, you know, in a lot of them, and they're my own videos. So yeah, just be, you know, I welcome all feedback. Let me know how to make better videos. We're thinking about making a video on just like brushing tutorials because a lot of my clients, sometimes I spend like 8 hours on one dog. And I know that sounds crazy and ridiculous, but that's literally how long it takes to go through their skin, every square inch, you know, and not harm it. Do it gently. So I'm not doing it rough and fast, you know. I was about to say fast and quickly at the same time. That's why I said, that's why I quassed. I promise I'm not drunk. But anyways, my wife and I were actually talking about this. We're thinking about making a video with our dog Weemy or Dexter or Angel, you know, maybe even all three of them, like quick videos, just showing how I brush. Because a lot of my clients, last night even, Harley's mom, She was like, I just don't get it. We brush 20 minutes every day. You know, that's like, you know, Ron and the dad and Harley's thing. Harley actually is very affectionate with the parents, and he sits on his lap and then he brushes them for like 20 minutes. That's their thing while they watch TV. And I was telling her, like, please don't take this the wrong way. Just an analogy so it can help you understand. But if I went to my dentist and I had a bunch of cavities and, you know, just my teeth just weren't in great shape, and, you know, he tells me this and I tell him, I just don't understand. I brush my teeth every day and I floss every day, you know, then he would probably say, well, how are you? What are you using? Like, maybe show me how you do it and we can work on that. And so I was like, you know, and I'm only saying that not to make you feel bad or embarrass you or anything, but just so you can understand, like, maybe I need to see how you're brushing, what you're using, and I can help you from there. And, you know, they were using a pin brush and a bristle brush. And I was like, that's really nice. It's like a massage and like to spread oils throughout the coat, but it's really not getting anything out of the skin. And that's really the purpose of brushing, is to try to clear the skin, like actually get stuff out of the skin. And by when we run the comb or the brush through the dog's coat, all that hair that comes out with it, that's hair that's going to be replaced by new fresh hair. That's hair that needed to come out. So that's how they stay clean. That's how they have like nice fresh clothes to wear, you know, a clean coat to wear, because we can change our clothes and we wear, you know, fresh, clean clothes every day. But dogs, they're stuck with their coat, literally. So the only way to stay in a clean coat, have clean clothes to wear, is for us to help them out by brushing out that old clothes, so new clothes can, you know, the new coat can constantly come in. You know, I hope I'm making this very clear. And you know, I've been practicing actually explaining what I do to my daughters because I feel like I have to simplify this, because I'm boring my clients. I'm talking their ears off, you know. One of my clients, Jordan, I love him to death. Poor guy. I talked his ear off back when we were in Chambly. You know, like, he would pick up his dog and I would literally hold the guy hostage and talk his ear off about the science of what I do, you know, like, and I was thinking about, like, you know, that to me is kind of like going to a nice restaurant, ordering a nice dish, and it comes out, but out with the dish comes the chef. He follows his dish out to the table and he starts, you know, he's sweating. And he's telling me about how difficult, you know, it was to make the dish and how intricate and complex these things are and everything. You know, I'd be like, dude, like, I just want to eat, you know, like, you know. So I realized that was what I was doing. I was that chef following that dish out to the table, explaining to the client before they eat the dish, you know, how amazing it is and how I worked so hard, you know, like, no. You know, my clients don't need to know what I do exactly. Like, they don't need to know all the science of it. They just need to know how to order the service from me. And so I've been working on trying to simplify, you know, what it is that I do exactly. Because people are like, you know, what are you doing for like 6 to 8 hours on a dog? My mom, even last night, she asked my daughter Ava, who's 8 years old and texting me now, to text me and ask me where I am at. And I was like, I'm about maybe an hour, you know, maybe in like 1 hour I'll be home. This was at 8 o'clock. And my wife tells me, my mom was like, you know, yelling, like, you know, what is he doing? Is he like going through with the magnifying glass, like studying every... So my mom doesn't even get it, you know. So anyways, and that's my responsibility. I need to work on how to simplify and explain in a simple way what it is I do. Vera Rami. Oh, she's so adorable. Oh, thank you, Vera. Okay, kind of late on these comments. Let me catch up. Giselle Land. Oh, she's beautiful. Named Ava. Yeah, it's actually AVA. Ava. That's one of my daughter's pet peeves. She's saying everybody spells it EVA when it's AVA. But yeah, Giselle, I think she's beautiful too. Thank you so much. Stormin Ferris. That's literally how I'm feeling, but I'm super excited. Yeah, right? Oh my goodness. And that's the thing, like, every morning when I would go to work, I knew this was the right move, because I would feel this energy inside, you know, this excitement, this nervousness, excited, you know, like all of that adrenaline, you know. So I'm really excited for you, Storm and Ferrets. I think you're gonna have a really fun ride. Vera Rami, LOL, OMG. Ew, she's Doodle, tiny, just keeping it clean. Oh yeah, Vera, yeah, about the pulling out the hairs around the butthole. Oh man. Vera Rami, no, your videos are awesome. You keep it real. It's good feedback. I brush my dog every morning, every night. When I brush, she brushes. LOL. Oh yes, yeah. When you brush, he like licks your face and stuff too, right? And that's called allo grooming. The term is allo grooming. It's just basically means social grooming. So it's just a natural reaction. I do it like when I'm sitting there like combing a dog, especially those big doodles. The big doodle's head's like right over here, hovering over my head, and I'm over here like combing the legs. They'll sit there and like lick my ears and my face, and they lick hard too. It's very deliberate, and that's what they're doing. They're grooming me because I'm grooming them. Oh man. So when I watch my there I did it again. When I watch these Ask Jun the Groomer videos, not only am I horrified at my own performance, but I noticed that I cough a lot. So I was like, you know, my throat gets dry easily and things like that. So rather than cough, I'm gonna just pause and take a sip of beer. All right. Lorraine V, I love watching your videos. You're funny, keep me entertained. Oh, thank you, Lorraine. You know, that's really cool that you say that I'm funny because I think I'm funny, but usually I don't get a lot of laughs. All right. Let's see here. Where are we at? Alan Powell, please include a bit about combing double-coated dogs. Particularly, I think people need tips reverse brushing from the roots to the life to lift the density up so it comes out easy. Brushing with the grain. Lift the density. I got you, Alan. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. There's even no way to edit that out. Oh my goodness. So if I'm not gonna cough constantly, I guess I'm gonna burp uncontrollably. Steel Texas Gal, what is the worst you've ever been bitten? Oh, okay. And has anyone ever been angry over the way you've cut their dog's hair? Oh. Have you ever groomed a cat? Oh. Boom, boom, boom. Like 1, 2, 3. Great questions. Okay. The worst I've ever been bitten. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe the lighting here. But right here, you can see it a little bit. I have a line right here on my lips, and that's because when I first started grooming, no, it wasn't my first job, but you know, it was like in my first year. I was working at Sugar Hill Animal Hospital, and there's a small little black Pekingese or Spitz, you know. But anyway, it was a Spitz. But she started freaking out. She's old. She froze up, and you know, had like a seizure pretty much, and so. You know, I try to cradle her, and you know, don't cradle a dog when they're like locked in fear like that. She turned and bit me, and I started bleeding. Oh my goodness! And I had to get stitches. Getting the stitches was actually scarier than the actual bite. When I first started grooming, actually, the first job that I had, there's a dog named Muffin. She was wall-eyed. So one eye like kind of looked at you, the other eye looked this way. Crazy looking dog. And she's so vicious. And that was the first dog I've ever encountered in my life that really like struck fear into my heart, like right into my bones. I would just flock up in fear. But it was because as I was you know, towel drying her head, I didn't know she was a bad dog or anything. I didn't know anything about her. Washed her, you know, she was kind of timid and tense, you know, but I'm like going slow. Washed her, and then I'm towel drying her head. And like she bit me so hard. I forget which thumb it is now, but she bit me so hard on my thumb that my thumbnail actually broke. So it threw the towel. She bit me through the towel so hard that my thumbnail broke. And she was just like, oh man, it was so scary. But that was another bad one. Then at Sugar Hill Animal Hospital, I go upstairs to check in a client, and you know, they ring us up. Like, boop, you know, you got a client, you know, ready for check-in. So I go up there. It's this black schnauzer. He's kind of, you know, tense and quiet, like standing a little bit, you know. And then I go to put a lead over his neck. I'm like, hi, you know, try to go to put a lead on it. Boom, he bit me so hard. No, it was out with my right hand. He bit me so hard that my whole arm swelled up right up to my elbow. So this was all swollen. He bit me here, and my arm swelled up. It was crazy. But that was Scotties, man. They got some really, really strong jaws. So yeah, I've been bitten, you know, and I get bit here and there all the time, and you know, it's just part of the job. And last night, when Harley tried to bite me, one of the countless times he tried to bite me, his mom was there, and she was like, "Bad dog, you're a bad dog," and I was like, "No, it's like he's not being a bad dog. He's just communicating with me. You know, he's letting me know, don't touch me there. It's uncomfortable. I'm in pain. You know, she just making it very clear to me that he doesn't want me to touch him there." You know, I was like, that's just his way to communicate. It's not being a bad dog. And, you know, my face was right there. If he was really a bad dog, he would have, you know, bit my face. So he's not like an aggressive dog or a bad dog. He's just, you know, he's just communicating with us. And unfortunately, that's the only way they have to communicate their pain. And they try to hide it, and then they just try to get you to stop touching them. But yeah, you know, it's just part of it. It really is. I feel like it's really helped me a lot overcome fear in other areas of my life. Just, you know, and it's really interesting because I feel like by becoming a really good groomer, and by that I don't mean like, you know, doing really perfect haircuts. I mean by trying to learn as much as I can about the skin, about the hair, you know, the different types of coats, dog behavior, and staying patient no matter what's going on. Like yesterday, oh my God. Yeah, it's really kind of spilled over into all areas of my life. And now, even when things seem like they're just so crazy and not working out all around me, I'm still able to just kind of breathe and just, you know, get through it because of grooming. I feel like I owe grooming a lot. You know, it's done so much for me. Storm and Ferrets, great question, Steel Texas Gal. Yes, it was a great question. Let's see. For some reason, it's locked up. Okay. Giselle Land, I have a dog named Blue who tries to bite the blow dryer. Also, I don't know how she will act when she goes to the groomers. There was an episode of the dog. Sorry, I coughed again. There's an episode that I really liked of the Dog Whisperer. I forget which season it was, but he tagged along with the mobile groomer, and she had a Rottweiler that would go after the blow dryer. And he had, like, every time she would do that, she like, you know, like make a sound, and like eventually like connect it, like, okay, every time he does that, he gets that sound. And then she also tried to distract him with some treats, you know, his favorite treat. He would like go and eat the treat while she had the blow dryer on him. So I think there's all sorts of ways. You just have to know your own dog's personality, know what's gonna work, because a lot of dogs, like Harley, treats don't work. I actually, I got some, oh my goodness, okay, I'll show you guys next week. But I got some amazing treat samples from a company named Zukes, Z-U-K-E-S. Actually, let me look it up here, because I really appreciate them. I mean, I really didn't even expect anything. It just came in the mail, these treats. So Zukes dog treats. And so, and the one that I actually took with me is called Calming, because Harley, we're talking about Harley here, you know, the aggressive Yorkie. So we took treats, and his parents even said, once he gets like that, treats don't work. So you just have to know your dog. I mean, for that dog in that episode of the Dog Whisperer, treats worked as a way to distract the dog. But with in my experience, a lot of times treats don't work. Sometimes that happy hoodie, putting the happy hoodie around, and the happy hoodie is basically like like one of those sweatbands, you know, when you're playing tennis or something, those sweatbands. It's like one of those, just that goes around the dog's ear. And by covering their ears and just giving them that kind of pressure right there, that gentle pressure, sometimes it helps them stay calm. But yeah, let me do a quick screen share of Zooks because they were so kind to send me some dog treats to sample. Let's see, presents everyone. Zooks. So it's Zooks, Zooks.com, and they make all kinds of dog treats and everything like that. Oh, whoops. All right, perfect. Okay, so Theodora, wow, we're starting to become like old regular friends, you know, meeting every week. All right, Theodora, what was that shampoo and conditioner bar's website you recommended me for you do? Okay, so that one is called Dermagic. If you're talking about the shampoo bars, it's dermagic.com. Okay, once the window pulls up, I will do a screen share for you. Let's see here. But yeah, Dermagic is an amazing product. If you go on their website, dermagic.com, they actually have the blog tab. Okay, here it is. It's pulled up. They have a blog tab. There we go. So we'll share that. Oh, I'm becoming pretty good at this. All right. So it's dermagic.com. And if you click that tab where it says blog, you'll see like actual real client testimonials, people who have used this and have brought their dogs back to healthy skin and coat for when, you know, dogs that had like mange, Demodex, mange and like alopecia X, you know, all these things like black skin disease. Anyways, I really like Dermagic. I like their company. You know, I like why she started the company. I love the whole story, you know, all about that. So, all right. So, Alan Powell, wow, I'm typing way too fast today. Koei, yes, I got that. Okay, let me see if I can refresh the stream because it's saying there's more comments below, but I can't actually click on it for some reason. The
new Xbox One S.
Okay. All right. Wow, there's a lot of comments that I missed. All right, so what beer, Theodora, what beer are you drinking? So this is Stone IPA. I love IPAs. I actually didn't used to like IPAs. And IPA is Indian Pale Ale, for those who, you know, who don't really like beer. IPA stands for Indian Pale Ale. And I used to not like IPAs because it's bitter. You know, the hops, the hoppy flavor. I didn't like it before until I understood why that flavor. So I go into a liquor store and this beer guy, you know, he starts telling me about IPAs and why they added hops. It was because when England used to ship the beers to India, you know, the British ships would take the beer to India. It would spoil during the trip. So they added hops as a natural preservative. And so that bitter hoppy flavor was necessary for the beer to stay good, so it wouldn't go bad during the ship, you know, the ship ride over to India. And so that's why they call it Indian Pale Ale. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's a natural preservative. He was saying that IPAs, they don't have any artificial preservatives because the hops are the preservatives. I was like, wow, you know, so once I had like a new understanding of IPAs and, you know, an appreciation for it, you know, and I start to like the IBU, like the, you know, there's like a scale that they use to let you know how bitter it is. Like, wow, you know, it's pretty interesting. Okay, Storm and Ferrets. My boyfriends want to know, do you support Trump, Hillary? LOL, you don't have to comment if it's too personal. So Storm and Ferrets, I believe in staying in my lane. My lane is dog grooming. So as much as I would love to tackle that whole issue, you know, I'm Jun the Groomer. And so, you know, maybe we could talk about Trump or Hillary's dogs, you know, if they have any dogs, you know, how their skin and coat looks. But yeah, great question, Storm and Ferrets. Really hot topic right now. I'm surprised you guys are even watching my you know, live Q&A thing right now because you know, there's so many like Trump videos and Hillary videos to watch right now. I saw this really funny meme. It had a picture of Trump with his daughter. He was just looking at his daughter, and it said, I just want someone who will look at me the way Trump looks at his own daughter. So I just thought that was kind of funny. I mean, lots of jokes. As funny as it is, I mean, wow, we got a serious situation here, right? Okay, moving on. Bridget Glaskowicz. Bridget, how are you? I had an owner drop off her Shih Tzu today. Never said one word about him being a biter, but turns out she knew he didn't get me, but a heads up would have been nice. Oh yeah, and that's the thing. I ask people all the time, you know, new clients, does your dog bite? And sometimes I get this, well, he shouldn't. And I'm like, you know, the importance of words. I'm like, of course he shouldn't, but does he? Does he actually bite? But yeah, I mean, and the thing is, you never know. A dog that has never bit any other groomers before might start biting you just because maybe they're starting to experience some joint pain now all of a sudden, and you happen to be the groomer that touches that, and they start biting. You know, it doesn't say anything about you personally as a groomer. You know, there's just all sorts of reasons why dogs bite. Just, you know, we shouldn't take it personally. We should, rather than take it personally, whenever a dog starts biting or growling or acting aggressive towards me, I actually try to use it as an opportunity to challenge my mind, to try to think of creative ways around this and think like, why is this dog acting this way? Because if I can understand why he's acting that way, then I can come up with a plan to kind of work around it, you know? Let's see here. Next. Steel Texas Gal, go figure. I've always said it's the little ankle biter guys that get you faster than the big guys. Yeah. Still didn't say if you groomed a cat. Oh, okay. That's right. I'm sorry to Steel Texas Gal. Thank you for keeping me on track. Usually my wife is the one, like, you know, giving me the eye. Okay. I don't groom cats. I have washed cats before when I worked at the vet's office, and I helped Michelle Knowles groom a cat, you know, helping hold the cat. It's just not my thing, you know. I don't enjoy it, you know. And if I didn't enjoy dog grooming, I think it would probably be torture. You know, hours and hours of just, you know, sweating and carting, you know, but I love dogs. I love interacting with them. I love the whole thing. So, you know, I actually told my client last night, Harley's dad, I was like, you know, to Harley, I'm probably the weirdest person in the world because Harley doesn't know that I'm getting paid to do this. If you think about it, that's pretty profound, right? Because dogs don't have, in my opinion, dogs can't grasp the concept of capitalism, free trade, commerce, you know? So Harley has no idea that the reason why I'm there, I showed up to his house and started doing this, you know, every month is because I'm getting paid. He doesn't know that. And it's not really, I mean, because, you know, I always try to deliver, like over deliver on value and undercharge in price. And that's just my philosophy, to do more than I'm paid in order to make an investment in my future. And that's from Jim Rohn. Always do more than you're paid to do to make an investment in your own future. But anyways, yeah, I was telling him, you know, I think it's hilarious that these dogs, the way they look at me, especially every time I show up, the way some of them look at me like, oh, this guy again. I'm probably the weirdest person in their lives. I just show up and start grooming them for hours and then I leave, you know. But okay, so Steel Texas Gal, I think there was another, okay. Has anyone ever been angry over the way you cut their dog's hair? Yes, yes. Especially in my early days. And the very first dog, Steel Texas Gal, I'm really glad you asked that question because the very first dog I ever groomed was one of my really good friend, Nadi. Her name is Nadi Kim. Oh, Nadi's her. She just, you know, she married my best friend, Daniel. But anyways, her little toy poodle was the very first dog I ever got to groom. And she let me, you know, she volunteered. And I was trying to get the hair out of the eyes and I just couldn't, you know, I wasn't confident with scissors. And I was thinning away. So then I just shaved right above the eyes. And then he, like, you know, this poodle top knot just came out of nowhere, and this shaved part right here. So it literally looked, he had like this shocked expression everywhere he went. Like no matter what, he always had this shocked expression because I shaved the top. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I've had some very horrible haircuts. But I've really been working on it. And you know, sometimes I spend a little bit more time than I should on haircuts because I feel like I want the haircuts to be immaculate. You know, I want the haircuts to be like near perfection, if not perfection, because I don't want my clients thinking that's why he talks so much about the skincare, because he sucks at haircuts. You know, so I don't want that to discredit me in any way to my clients in their minds. So yeah, I want my haircuts to look awesome. That way they don't think I spend so much time on skincare and explaining all that because I'm no good at doing haircuts, you know, like to compensate for that. So yeah, you know, we're mixed martial artists of the dog world. I've said it several times. Dog groomers, I mean, we're skincare professionals, you know, like we're, you know, like cosmetologists pretty much. We're dog cosmetologists, you know, we're hairstylists. Sometimes we're therapists, you know. Laughing my ass off. Vera Rami, laughing my ass off. I'm glad everybody's enjoyed this. I mean, this is probably like the most fun I have all week, really. I mean, aside from playing with my girls, of course, and my wife. Bridget Glaskowicz. Didn't Cesar get bit in that episode? He may have. I'm not sure. But that's another thing. You know, I love Cesar Millan. You guys know I love Cesar Millan. A lot of my philosophy came from the inspirations that I got from reading Cesar's Way and, you know, reading his books, his material, watching his shows. But it really like helped me with my own confidence, seeing him get bit. You know, seeing that it's not just me, you know, like everyone gets bit, you know, and we just have to learn how to respond to it properly. Show Bob, hey June, hey Show Bob, what's up, man? Thank you so much for joining, by the way. Let's see here. Theodora Paz, what's the best deep cleaning toothpaste to use on my dog? He had dental work about a week ago, and I just wanted to keep up with the cleanliness at home. Theodora, I actually wrote a blog about this, but excuse me. I went to a home health seminar, home pet care seminar by Dr. Helen Evans when I was out in Arizona, and she happens to be a veterinarian dental specialist, so dentistry specialist or something like that. But anyways, she explained to us in that seminar that it's the mechanical act of brushing that's more important than the toothpaste. And we were taught, you know, as a groomer, I was taught differently. I was told that, you know, get good enzymatic toothpaste, and that way it's the enzyme's going to do the cleaning. Just, you know, get it in their mouth, smear it on their teeth. And you have to do a little more than just rub it on their teeth. It's like the actual mechanical act of brushing that's going to actually do the cleaning and brush that plaque off. And she was saying it's kind of like going out and buying the most expensive brand of Colgate or Crest, you know, whatever brand of toothpaste, and rubbing it on our teeth every day. You know, she was saying it's not really going to do a lot of good. It's that mechanical act of brushing. So we actually have to brush our dog's teeth. That being said, I don't brush my dog's teeth every day. You know, my dog Angel, you know, she chews on wood. They chew on bones, things like that. And I've been using Plaque Off, that that brand that you know, I got samples of at Super Zoo in Las Vegas. I am down to about like a quarter of the bottle left. And what is it now? September going into October. So it's been about 2 months. I gotta be honest, I haven't seen a lot of difference. I haven't seen a lot of change in my dog's teeth using that product. And this is just my honest opinion. I mean, I don't want to talk bad about any products or anything like that. It's just, personally, I'm not seeing a lot of change. I'm not like seeing like nice white teeth and everything. There's still those stains and everything. So, and not knocking the product. Really, I should be brushing. But what I wanted to test is to see that if the product claim, like is true, that even without the brushing, by using this product every day, mixing the powder in their food and things like that, it's going to internally help the teeth. And we don't have to brush. That's kind of like the marketing hook that I felt that maybe I misunderstood. Maybe it should be used in conjunction with brushing, but that's not the message that I really got. I got like, even if you don't brush, just use this product and it does everything from inside. So we'll have to see after I'm done with that bottle. I got a few treats left and just use the whole product up, and then we'll take pictures of my dog's teeth and to show you guys. But yeah, I'm not really seeing a lot of change, so maybe I'll have to get up on the brushing routine myself, and actually get in there with the toothpaste and brush my dog's teeth. So let's see here. Theodora Paz, I love Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Yeah, that's actually really good. I like that one too. And Lagunitas, a little something, something. Lagunitas, a little something, something. Huh. And another good one that is, what is that called? Ballast Point. Ballast Point makes a really good IPA. Natasha Vanaskabaya. Natasha Vanaskabaya. I'm so excited I just found you. I've learned more in the past 10 minutes than reading many books on. Wow, awesome, Natasha. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your knowledge, and hope that there are more live events and videos. I mean, to be honest, guys, Natasha, this is really important to me. I've said it before. My clients, they're very important to me as well. And the days that I have my clients scheduled, literally, I'm focused. That's all I do. 100% focused on what I'm doing at the moment. But I can't ignore the fact that a lot of the success that I'm having right now is because of these numbers on YouTube and everything, and these subscribers. These people that are supporting me. And and I don't mean to refer to you guys, my subscribers as numbers, but I'm just saying. When I can't deny the fact that when people see my videos and they see these huge numbers and the views and everything, that doesn't help, them wanting to book me, schedule a groom with me. So I have to admit, it's both important. And so I'm actually booked out till like December. I have a few days in November that's still open, but I mean, what? We're not even into August. I'm in October yet, and my October's full. November's filling up. I'm taking, December appointments. It's crazy, but I'm still leaving like some time on Thursdays because I love this. I mean, if this was not fun and fulfilling for me, I don't know if I would do it, but I love doing this. And I didn't expect I didn't expect all this interaction really. I was like, maybe one or two people would interact, and then, I'll do it a few times and, whatever. But I think this is the thing, right? I mean, if you guys like it, I like it. Let's keep doing it. Sherry Mendez, I have an 8-month-old Shih Tzu. His paw pads turned burgundy. What's wrong? They used to be white. So Sherry Mendez, I'm gonna share this picture again, but it's really you know what? I may have a better picture here. Let's see here. You know what? I may, but I don't have time to really look for it. I don't want to sit here and waste a lot of you guys' time. But I'm going to pull this picture up so I can screen share it with you. Sherry. So Sherry, your 8-month-old Shih Tzu, if you look at this picture here, let me see here on the screen share. Oh, I actually have to have the window up. Okay. So the brown hairs on the pads, let me see. Let's get back to the question. So his paw pads turned burgundy. What's wrong? They used to be white. So, well, actually, if you're talking about the paw pads, it's probably not the in between the toes like that. You're probably talking about paw pads. You know what? I'm not sure. Maybe Sherry, email me, junthegroomer@gmail.com. Email me some pictures because I don't really know. It would be interesting though to see some pictures and see, try to find out what's going on there. Ruth, oh my goodness, how are you, Ruth? I found out last time that I bathed Buster that it isn't the heat from the dryer that he hates. It's the sound. I covered his ears. He stopped trying to get away. Oh. Perfect, Ruth. And actually, I was so glad that we're scheduled, Ruth. That's awesome. But yeah, the Happy Hoodie. It's called Happy Hoodie. But if you have like maybe like even one of those cotton like elastic wristbands, even when you're playing tennis or some sports, those if you even have something like that for small dogs, put that over the head and that pressure and covering the ears. I mean, it really helps sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. David Lamb, hey June, love your work. With so many different brand shampoos out on the market, how do you go about choosing your shampoo that you use for dogs at your shop? So, David, excellent question. I'm actually stopping by Pedigree every time I run out of shampoo, and they're actually right here in Georgia, in Alpharetta. So I have the luxury of going directly there and just buying it for them. But it's pedigree.com. Oh man, let me see if I have something to blow my nose with. Excuse me, guys. I'm putting on like a clinic of bodily fluids. But yeah, David, the way I choose is I try to look at, first of all, like customer reviews. See, actual results, like hear from people who have actually used it. Second, I like to look at the ingredients if they have them. Some of them don't even list the ingredients. And also, like Pure Paws. Pure Paws didn't have any of the ingredients listed on the bottles, but Pure Paws has such a good reputation that I was confident, I was comfortable in giving it a try, and I like Pure Paws, but now actually I got what am I using? Coat Handler. I'm using Coat Handler maintenance shampoo and conditioner. And after that I may use Arturo. But you're right, David. There's so many good, there's really a lot of good shampoos out there. Nature Specialties, a lot of great shampoos. It is difficult to choose, just like dog food. So I would say go with the company where you can get behind their mission, like find out why they started their company. If they have like a kind of like a mission, like a common vision that where, why they're in business pretty much, why they're making the products they're making. And I try to go behind that because, Simon Sinek says people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So I try to get behind a company where I can really kind of believe in their mission and why they're in business and things like that. A company where I can feel good about supporting. And that's kind of how I choose, David, because, it's kind of like asking a painter, should I use Glidden? Should I use Behr? Should I use DuPont? What paint should I use? There's a lot of great products out there. You just have to, I think more important than the shampoo and conditioner is the work done before the bath, clearing out that skin. So, but great question, David. Storm and Ferrets. Ruth Olson used cotton balls and put them in the dog's ear, maybe. I do that too. Because I don't have a Happy Hoodie, I don't actually own one. I put cotton balls in their ears when I dry the dogs. And that way it kind of, and I actually put cotton balls in my own ears too. So if the dog doesn't want me putting cotton balls in their ears, I'll do it first. And I put in my ears, let them see it, and then I put it in their ears. And it usually works. They're like, well, I see him do it to himself. So Theodora Paz. Is there a way to group live chat so we can all see each other? And yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to do a group chat, but that would be pretty interesting if we could do something like that and we can all kind of see each other. That would be pretty cool. Christine Paradise, it's a thing. Yeah, maybe we could. Maybe it is a thing. Like we could probably maybe do like maybe a different website, maybe a different website that would allow us to do like a group live chat or something. Showbob, do you ever dream about dog grooming? I hate grooming nightmares. Yes. Oh my goodness. When I first started grooming, one of my worst nightmares, I was locked in a room that was kind of like a Saw movie. You know, that first Saw movie, they're in that like walk-in cooler that they slide the door closed. I was in one of those, locked inside and chained to the walls. On every wall were the most vicious, just muscle, like ripped dogs that you've ever seen. And they're all like just slobbering at the mouth, foaming, just snarling, vicious, you know, trying to come at me, kill me. And I wasn't allowed to leave the room until all of them were groomed. Oh my goodness. And it felt so real. Oh my God. But yeah, I've had grooming nightmares before. But these days, my grooming dreams are actually pretty pleasant. You know, they're pretty good. Stone and Ferrets. See you later, June. It was fun watching your live stream, and thanks for sharing your stories. You're watching your vids give me a lot of confidence, and I believe I can use them to help me as a bather. Thank you so much, Storm and Ferrets. I really, oh my goodness, it's 4:05. Thank you so much for joining. I'm really excited for you. You're gonna have a lot of fun. Natasha Vanaskabaya. It is a thing. I think your base will grow. You should share with some of the specific breed groups on Facebook, so many dog owners will tune in. Example, Yorkie lovers on Facebook. Yeah, that's a great idea, Natasha. You know, I just stretch so thin these days. You know, I don't really have a lot of time to spend on Facebook anymore. Which is a good thing, which is a great thing. I'm not complaining, you know, but I do jump on Facebook though. Every time I get a chance, I jump on Facebook. You know, I want to keep up with everybody and, you know, like their stories and things like that. Joanna Anise, got it, Jet June. Take care. Love it. Oh, thank you so much, Joanna. Thank you so much for joining. Not a fun question, but how often do anal glands need to be expressed? I'm sure every dog is different, but they're okay. Natasha, great question. Anal glands, in my opinion, because they're glands, the more often and the more frequently we empty them out manually, the more quicker they tend to fill back up because they're glands, they're sacs, you know, and so every time we empty them out, it's going to get a signal inside, hey, we're empty, make more. So it's going to, you know, let's just say that we're grooming a dog every 4 weeks, and every 4 weeks we're emptying those anal glands. Then it gets to a point where every 4 weeks we have to empty the anal glands because they're full. So I believe that it's better not to empty the anal glands, express them. You know, I believe it's best not to express them unless they're really full and they need it. But even a dog where it is really full, I'll express it. But then the next time I groom them, I'll check it to make sure it's not full. But if it's not full, then I'm not going to express it again if it's not necessary. And so I kind of wean them off of it like that. But yeah, as far as anal glands, in my opinion, best not to empty them unless they're full. And you can tell if they're full or not. When you lift the tail up, you'll see like two sacs, two little bulges underneath the hole. Sherry Mendez, I was talking about the hair that is in the paw pad. Sorry. Oh, the hair that's in the paw pad. Yes, that hair you can pull out. Oh, I'm sorry if I got too loud. I got excited. Please let me know. I'm sorry I did not explain myself right. I meant to say the hair in between his paw pads used to be snow white. Now they're burnt. Exactly. Because the hair in between their paw pads, a lot of that, if you actually start pinching little bundles of it, just start pinching a little bit at a time, it'll actually come out pretty easily. They may fuss a little bit because it's actually starting to make their skin uncomfortable. And the reason why it's brown is because that dead hair, it's not sealed and live with oil, so it's not able to repel off the moisture and the dust and debris, the mud. You know, so it kind of absorbs it. You know, it holds onto it rather than repel it off. And when it holds onto it, bacteria starts to form and grow, and yeast, you know, fungus as well. And it turns the skin, it literally stains it brown. It changes its color. So you can shave that out, but if you shave it out, you got to get rid of that stubble somehow. So as it starts to grow back in, you got to pull it out. But I say while it's still long and easy to pull out, get some ear powder in there and use a little bit of ear powder or cornstarch, anything that's going to help, you know, keep your fingertips from slipping, and pinch little bits at a time. And it may turn red, just like that picture you saw on on the top of the pads, the same thing is true for the bottom of the pads. So even though this is the picture of the top of the pads, it's still true for the bottom of the pads. The same thing. You see the brown hairs, like kind of on the bottom of the toes there. So those hairs can actually be pinched out as well. But I just didn't want to go overboard all in one, visit. So I'm leaving that for the next time. But I'm eventually going to get to those as well and pull those out. So really, it's about pulling out those hairs. And that way, the live hairs that are going to replace it, because you've pulled it out by the root, out of the skin. Now that follicle is clear, it's going to say, oh, it's time to make more hair. And the new hair that's going to be produced is not going to be so frayed and open to, absorbing that moisture and holding on to bacteria. So, Sherry, I hope that helps. I hope that explanation helps. And you can use stripping knives even to help grip those hairs better and pull it out. And then after you've pulled it out, the skin may look red. And I would say, use some Zymox cream or Zymox spray or Banix. Banix. Banix makes an awesome spray, antibacterial, antifungal spray. But you want to look for something that has antibacterial, antifungal properties. And not something that's just going to wipe it out completely so that good bacteria can't grow. Man, I hope this isn't too much information. But yeah, great question, Sherry. I'm glad you clarified and went back to that. Christine Paradise, all of us showing up every week is a thing. Yes. To watch you and learn. Oh my goodness. Well, you're being really kind, Christine. Thank you so much. But I think that it's because this is kind of interesting, right? This is information that nobody's really talking about or sharing. And every time I learn stuff like this, every time like I'm grooming and I'm like, making new realizations, as I'm grooming certain dogs, I'm just like, wow, people need to talk about this. Someone needs to do something, and maybe that someone is fumbling, just Asian guy that just talks too much and fumbles around and things like that. Somebody who's completely unqualified and, just unsuited for the job, Let's see, Show Bob. Do you think dogs dream about getting groomed? I don't know. That's an interesting question. Especially after spending 8 hours with me, maybe I show up in their dreams as a nightmare. The dog's dreaming like, no. Who knows? Georgia Barbatis, I think. Barbotis. Hi, June. Thank you for sharing and answering our questions. How do you clip a crazy schnauzer? And get the lines even all over, especially the face. Okay, so a crazy schnauzer is usually crazy because their skin is making them feel so uncomfortable. Just like the Yorkie Harley that I was talking about, all these bumps and welts on his skin probably is why they're so crazy and they can't stay still. Well, in Harley's case, he gets aggressive. But I actually have a schnauzer that I'm going to be grooming in a few weeks again here soon, named Kiefer, and he was matted completely, and so I actually shaved his body down. But this time around, because I had to shave his body down, and I wasn't able to get all that, the normal carding that I usually do done, because he was just too matted. This next time around, I know I'm gonna have to do and put in some work, and so getting in there and getting all that dead fuzzy coat, that dead undercoat, all that fuzziness, getting that out of the coat. That's actually what's going to help you get smooth lines. There's a really good video that I saw, Jody Murphy. It was by Jody Murphy, and Jody Murphy makes all these like instructional DVDs, dog grooming DVDs, and I think she does an amazing job in her DVD, the dog grooming videos. But in one of those instructional videos, she had a Yorkie, and she was explaining, why clipper lines show up and why it's so hard to get a smooth cut. And really, it was like she used a coat king, a comb and stuff like that, and she was literally just carding the coat, and then went back over with the clippers, and it goes smooth, and you get a smooth cut. So Georgina, I would suggest lots of carding, lots of brushing, and then go through with the clippers, and that'll give you a smooth cut without those lines. Sherry Mendez, yes, it does help me. Thank you so much for answering my question. Awesome, Sherry. Thank you. I'm so glad that you came on the show and asked. Theodora Paz, thanks for everything, June. See you again soon. Thank you so much, Theodora. Oh my goodness, I really appreciate you guys, especially putting up with all this, rambling and unorganized stuff. It's live. What are you gonna do? But yeah, next week, I literally try to come up with something to talk about or something to share or something to start out with that morning of. But anyways, next week I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet, but if you guys have any questions that you're interested in, hashtag Jun the Groomer, ask Jun the Groomer, and I'll search for it on Twitter and Facebook. How's piano lessons? It was good. Awesome. Oh,
Got some new pages.
Awesome. Okay, say bye to everybody. Bye, guys.
Bye.